We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building, bitch. We in the building. Finally, RZeroB and PTA have come back to BGN, which means that finally RZeroB and PTA have come back to Giants Talk. Now, in today's show, ladies and gentlemen, stand up because football season is finally here. And we will be talking about those Rudy Poo asses.
Yes.
Even pissed on them if they were on fire. Titans, and how we're going to whoop those candy asses all over Nashville. Hopefully.
Because I don't really know if that's going to work.
Listen.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. If you end up watching this,
listen,
Lance Meadow, any of y'all that are involved in the organization, show this to them because don't make us look bad here. I'm hyping you up, Daves. I'm hyping you up, Shane. Help a brother out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Back to the action here. So we will be previewing what the Giants need to do to win the game. We will be previewing what we think they will do offensively. We will be previewing the depth chart, the live depth chart that has went out by the New York Football Giants for this Sunday.
Yeah.
We will be previewing if the two monsters that we've got on the edge, KT and Azeez Ojulari, will be live. We will debate that. And most importantly, we will be hyped with y'all.
Yeah.
And we may have a little surprise for you if you guys behave, if you guys are good. If you guys are bad, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
But if you guys are good boys and girls, we might give you some ice cream.
But it's still fuck you.
But fuck you.
Yeah.
Here we go. If you smell what RZeroB and PTA is cooking. What's up, PTA?
Hey, man, what's going on with you, Rob? How you doing, man? Shout out to Max. We got Max in the building. What's going on, Max? You a fucking nerd, Max. Miss Bird Gang is in the building. What's going on with you, Miss Bird Gang? Good to see you. Oh, friends of the show. Nerd Cage Live. What's going on with y'all crazy son of bitches? How in the hell y'all doing? Man, it's good to see y'all. Listen, football. It felt like forever ago that we watched some football. It really fucking felt like forever ago since we watched some New York Giants football. Like it feels like it's been centuries since we've watched the New York Football Giants.
It has. It does.
But it finally happens in a couple of days, and today is football season eve, y'all, because tomorrow opening kickoff happens and we will officially be in football season. I can't wait. Max,
it's like Christmas.
Max has already given us his score prediction. He said, I'm not staying here and watching this clusterfuck of a show, but I'm gonna let you know that I think the Tennessee Titans gonna beat the Giants, but it's gonna be a close game. All right, listen. I'm good with that prediction. All right. I'm listen, if that's what happened, I'm not.
And that is where me and my co-host differ.
Listen. I'm not. Listen. I'm not going to spoil it, right? If you're going to have to look at the live chat, or you're going to have to look at this where you can see the chat, right? Especially mine. That's because he posted that in my channel. So you'd have to come to my channel to see what that score prediction is. However,
I have it up. I have it up right here.
I understand. Listen, what I'm saying is this. I would be upset about the result of that game, right? Because I'm always going to root for the Giants to win, no matter who the fucking opponent is. And even if I don't think they can win, I still want them to win. All right, just so you know. Hey, we are early, Chris, and hopefully that early start is the juice is worth the squeeze on that. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what we cook up for y'all. But yeah, like I wouldn't be happy that the Giants lost. I'm never happy when the Giants lose, y'all. I'm never happy. But holy shit, would that be better? That means that we played some defense. That means that we had some offense. I'd be like, all right, well, listen, it's a good showing. Like that's something we can build on. I'd look at that. I'd look at that and go, okay, now I need to see the stat line because that means that some good things happened, but also some bad things could have happened. I need more context to that. But I could see myself walking away from that situation and saying, you know what, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. We had them some bitches. Man, if they didn't get that 2-point conversion. if they didn't get that fucking 2-point conversion, we would have beat these assholes.
Indeed. Very much indeed. Very much indeed, sir. Very much indeed.
Or damn, man, if we just didn't allow that field goal, that one field goal, man, damn it. I mean, like if that thing didn't happen that put them in that position to kick that fucking field goal, god damn it. Like I can totally see a world where, that's the thing. So I listen, Rob, I'm just saying. I'm just being, me, man. I've always been
you're realist, bro.
Very realistic, okay? I'm always gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna shoot it to you straight, okay? Like I'm not out here doing that. Y'all should know this by now, okay? It's not brand new just because it's a brand new season. It's still the same old pesty analyst, okay? I'm going to come here. I'm going to give you hot-ass fucking nuggets of truth. And sometimes they taste good. They're good nuggets. You know what I mean? Come with some good sauce, maybe some honey mustard or some McDonald's barbecue. You know what I mean? But sometimes those nuggets is nuggets of shit. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Welcome to the real world, bitches. This is how we roll. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that score prediction before we get into the meat and potatoes of this thing?
I actually don't agree with the score prediction whatsoever. 27-23. I'll wait to get my score prediction, but I think the outcome is going to be a lot different. I just have a feeling.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and start off first and foremost. Let's look at the depth chart. Okay?
I got it up right here. Got it up right here.
Let's take a look at the depth chart. So let's start with the obvious shit, right? Daniel Jones is the fucking is the motherfucking starter. What's going on, Nate? How the hell are you doing, man?
Yeah, so as of right now, we got starting quarterback. Obviously, he's going to be Daniel Jones.
That's what it is. Okay.
Starting tight end is Daniel Bellinger.
Now that one,
I like.
That one I'm okay with because I actually like what I saw from Daniel Bellinger in the preseason. So I'm okay with him being there.
I am. With Tanner Hudson being the backup, we actually only have 2 active tight ends on the depth chart. I'm a little concerned.
That I have a fucking question about. But okay.
Little concern there. Starting number 1 wide receiver, we have KT, backed up by Shepard. The starting running backs, we have actually Saquon as the starter. Matt Breida is backing him up. Gary Brightwell is listed at number 3. And Antonio Williams is 4, and Chris Myrick is at 5, but more than likely he's the H-back, which is the fullback.
Now, before you go any further, right? I'm just thinking about something here. I'm thinking about something.
What's that, baby?
Because we asked the question about tight ends and why we only have 2 tight ends here. Mm-hmm. But I think I know what's going to happen. You think they're
going to sign somebody?
No. Hell no. There's going to be a lot of number so and so is eligible. Has declared eligible as declared as eligible receiver.
There could be linemen. They're going to be linemen. Right now is our 5th wide receiver. We could go a lot of 5 wide receiver sets.
Oh, I mean, we absolutely could do a shit ton of 5 wide receivers.
Could do a shit ton of shit to the point where they may not need 2 tight ends. Like we may not even have 2 tight ends on the field at all, unless they're going goal line or some field goal or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're going to be hearing that because like in the goal line, they're going to be putting big fat ass linemen in there in the tight end position.
It could make them eligible. And I think that could be a big reason why maybe they considered, I'm sure they considered moving Slayton, but when they couldn't, I think it was like, hey, let's keep him because he's our 5th best wide receiver, on the roster. We have a dedicated 5 that we could go with, on the field at once. So maybe we don't really care, not necessarily care, but maybe we don't really focus necessarily on the tight end position. And we've got 5 wide receivers that we can use. Andrew Thomas tight end. Hey, I like it for Madden. 100%.
Hey, listen, I thought about that for a second and I was like, the only time you need a bunch of fucking tight ends is when you're in like a goal line set or like a 4th and short set.
I mean, look at Kansas City.
Put some fucking linemen out there.
Look at Kansas City. They really don't run a lot of double tight end sets. Maybe Buffalo does from time to time, but I think it's going to be more. Listen, Mike Kafka's calling plays. He's going to be up in the box. Yeah. Okay, he's going to be calling the plays. And I think if Dave says that he's calling plays, Dave's going to let him call plays. I don't think Dave's going to take, like, you're not going to be a head coach and tell somebody that they're going to call plays, and then when you're live in the game, you're just going to take over play calling. Unless Mike Kafka's like just shit in the bed, and Dave's like, listen, I need to take over give me the steering wheel real quick because you're not doing a good job. I don't think that he's going to, especially not the first game of the year. Like if he's going to make a change, it'll be during the season. All right, so starting left tackle, obviously Andrew Thomas. Joshua Zedio is listed as the backup left tackle. And then we have Devery Hamilton as the 3rd backup left tackle. Mm-hmm. Ben Bredesen, we will be talking about him next, is labeled as the starting left guard, being backed up by Joshua Zedio. So Joshua Zedio is the backup guard next in line, and the backup left tackle. That says a lot about him.
No, we already knew that about Ezedu. Fucking Josh. Got that goddamn son bitch Josh. We already knew that he's played like every position on the line.
Played every position.
He can fit in any of those spots. Indeed. And that's why he's valuable. Because they can just plug him in at anywhere on the fucking line. I can never say Ezedu.
Ezedio.
A goddamn Josh.
Ezedio.
I can't say it. I can't say it.
I'm gonna help you. E
Z
D U.
Is Ezedio. It's Ezedio. I hate that fucking name. By the way, there's always a player on the team whose name I fucking hate. I hate that motherfucker's name. Josh Ezedio.
The 3rd stringer left guard, though, is the guy we just picked up, Tyree Phillips. So he's the backup there. John Feliciano is starting on Sunday. I thought he was going to be out. He is starting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And Ben Bredesen is the backup center. So if John Feliciano goes out, Ben Bredesen will move to the center position. Lord help us. And I'm assuming that Joshua Zedio will move in and start at the left guard spot. Mark Lewinsky is the starting right guard, as we all knew. Ben Bredesen is the backup right guard. And Jack Anderson, who we picked up off waivers, he is the 3rd string right guard. Evan Neal will be your starting right tackle. Devery Hamilton will be his backup. So that will be the swing tackle, more than likely. And then Tyree Phillips is backing him up. And then at wide receiver, this is your slot receiver. We've got Wan'Dale Robinson, backed up by Richie James. And then we have the number 2 wide receiver, more than likely your big guy, Kenny Golladay, obviously at the number 1 spot there. Mm-hmm. David Sills backing him up.
That's interesting.
And then Darius Slayton behind David Sills.
We got to talk about this motherfucker Darius Slayton. We'll get to that. Here's the first thing that I noticed when I look at this.
So thoughts on the depth chart. This is
the first thing that I look at. This is the first thing that I notice, okay, when I look at this depth chart. Say your prayers and take your fucking vitamins, okay? Because God forbid we deal with more than one injury on the offensive line. It's just going to be a fucking turnstile of rando bandos, okay? Of rando bandos. So let's just hope that our starting 5 that's here right now, let's hope these motherfuckers can play the whole season, okay? Because if they can't, and we got to do the fucking Cupid shuffle just to get a fucking offensive line going, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Indeed.
Okay?
Indeed.
This is the Cupid shuffle of fucking backup offensive linemen on this damn depth chart. Just so you know. It's crazy.
It's a little concerning that we have multiple guys, even a starter as a backup at multiple positions. So that's a little bit because if God forbid, Feliciano goes down, now you got to rotate guys around. Now you're gonna have Ben Bredesen going to center, Ezekiel coming in at guard.
It's a whole new offensive fucking line, y'all. It's a whole new fucking line.
Hey, it's musical chairs with the offensive line. It's musical chairs. If you had to pick a spot though where you like where we are as far as the depth chart, wide receiver, I probably would have to be the answer, right?
I think that the spot on the depth chart that I like probably the most is the defense. So let's talk about them because this fucking offense is in shambles, y'all. This offense got to be in trouble, just so y'all know.
So you're starting nose tackle for the first week for the New York Football Giants. Dexter Lawrence will be your starting nose tackle, backed up by Justin Ellis. And the third stringer will be DJ Davidson. Your starting defensive tackle will be Leonard Williams, backed up by Nick Williams. Your starting defensive end, Azeez Ojulari, is listed as the number 1 defensive end. Now, I don't know if that means that if he's number 1, that he's starting, but this is just the depth chart.
It means he's the starter,
okay,
Rob.
I was just trying to hype people up a little bit.
No, okay. Man. It means
I was just trying to hype people up.
Starter.
Right. Jaleel Ward is backing him up. The rush end is Kayvon Thibodeau, backed up by O'Shane Zimenez. So if Azeez and KT don't go, obviously we'll see O'Shane and Ward starting, which we anticipated that. Mm-hmm. Timon Fox is the third string rusher. Okay, so he's the third stringer. Middle linebacker, number 1 will be Tay Crowder. Micah McFadden will be your number 2.
Okay.
And then Carter Coughlin will be your number 3. Your will starting linebacker is none other than the preseason legend himself, Austin Calitro.
He made it.
Mama, we made it, Mama.
He fucking made it.
I'm buying you a house, Mama.
He fucking made it. He's on the roster. He's a starter. He fucking made it.
Hey, well, good for him.
He made it as a weak side linebacker. Let's go.
He got it. And then Micah McFadden will be backing him up. And then Cam Brown will be the third stringer linebacker. Your starting left corner, which I'm assuming would be your corner 1, is going to be Adoree Jackson, backed up by Cordell Flott, followed by Nick McLeod. Your right side corner will be Aaron Robinson. God fucking help us.
Jeez Louise, man.
Being backed up by Cordell Flott, and then Justin Lane will be the third stringer there.
I don't even know who the fuck Justin Lane is.
You're starting nickel, Darnay Holmes, which we all anticipated there. Cordell Flott is his backup there. So Cordell Flott is the next man up. If either Aaron Robinson sucks,
if anybody goes down,
it's Cordell Flott. Okay,
he can play any.
Starting strong safety is Julian Love, backed up by Dane Belton, and then Jason Pinnock is your third stringer. And then the best position of all, your starting free safety. From Alabama.
I mean, he's not
Xavier McKinney.
He's not.
He's the best. He's the best. The best.
I mean, I love the kid, but
he's the best. Best in the league. Dane Belton backing him up. And then Jason Pinnock is the number 3. And then for anybody who cares, Casey Creeder will be our long snapper. Holder will be Jamie Gillian. Nice hair, by the way, Jamie. And then your starting kicker will be none other than the man, the myth, the legend, the Iron Toe, Graham Gano. Ooh, you like what I did there?
I don't.
Starting punt returner, Richie James, backed up by Darnay Holmes. And then your starting kickoff return will be Gary Brightwell, and Richie James will be backing him up. Okay,
that makes absolute sense. This makes absolute sense that Gary Brightwell is a kick returner. It makes 100% sense. It's what he was always good at. He was always good at special teams. That's why he made the fucking roster in the first place. So yeah, that don't surprise me at all. Hey, listen.
Thoughts?
Okay, first things first. So we're gonna have to probably chop this part of the stream and actually post this somewhere, because some people are gonna be real confused with the names of these positions on this base defense. You got to understand that we're still running a 3-4. We're running kind of an attack 3-4, right? So the looks.
Now you've played football.
Yeah.
Could you, for the viewers, quick, could you explain what that entails? For anybody who doesn't know.
What attack 3-4 entails?
Yes.
What's the goal? So the goal
what's it look like as far as like when people see it and they're like, yo, what the fudge is this?
Okay, so I mean your best case study is the Baltimore Ravens, okay? One of the things that you always saw the Baltimore Ravens doing was everybody was standing up. People were moving around pre-snap. People were disguising looks. People would, move up like they're going to press, but then play off. You'll see a lot of very confusing movement. That's by design, because you don't want the quarterback to be able to, first of all, identify who the mic is. When the quarterback is identifying the mic, they are identifying. It's a blocking scheme, okay? So they're saying, hey, that middle linebacker over there is the mic. We're basing our blocking scheme off of, that's the center of the blocking scheme. That's the mic, right? Just think of it like that. The mic is like the center of the, but this is what we use when we're setting up our blocks, okay? You don't want the quarterback to be able to know who the hell the mic is. The mic could be anybody, right? And everybody is standing up, so you don't know. And the goal is to apply the maximum amount of pressure on the passer, or the maximum amount of pressure on wide receivers and tight ends off the line. We're going to play a lot of press man coverage when we're sending these quote unquote zero blitzes. Zero blitzes means it's one-on-one. You're on an island because I'm sending everybody else. You ain't got no help over the top. It's a zero. You know what's behind you on this field? A fucking prayer. Don't get beat. Zero blitz. Okay, it's a halo on that mofo. So that's essentially what this attacking 3-4 is going to be. Now, I don't want to make it seem like we're going to be running this every single snap we're going to be blitzing our asses off. No, obviously the Ravens didn't blitz all the time. They're going to play coverage. They'll have some zone that'll be a disguised look. Maybe it looks like a cover 3, but it's actually like a cover 2 invert. Because we've been sending pressure, and I want our pre-snap look to look like it might be a cover 3 when it's actually a cover 2 invert, and that quarterback tries to hit his tight end up the seam because that was what his check is, and then our safety's there to pick it off. That's kind of how that play works. I'm going real in depth in how these schemes are, and I can do this all fucking day, but I'm not going to. I wanted to explain to you guys very quickly though the way that our defense is, okay? So it's attacking 3-4. So we have a nose tackle. Nose tackle is going to line up in the 0 or the 1. Just depends on what's going on. And then you have a defensive tackle, right? And then you have a defensive end. Those are your 3 down linemen, okay? So you have your 3 down linemen, and then you have 2 edge rushers on either side. Now, they may actually take this look and turn it into a 4-3 by utilizing like Azeez Ojulari as the defensive end on one side, Kayvon Thibodeau as the defensive end or the edge rusher on the other side, and now you have a 4-man front, and now you're running a 4-3. So expect a lot of multiple stuff. I know I'm throwing a lot of things out there at y'all, but if you've been watching me, you should have at least fucking learned some of this terminology by now. I use it all the time. Okay, if you don't know, that's a fucking problem, and you need to raise your hand so I can teach you. All right, so that's the reason why you're going to see those 3 down linemen with those weird ass nose tackle NT, defensive tackle DT, DE. Even though the DE is actually an edge rusher, it's kind of weird the way they're going to do this.
Yeah.
And then you have your linebacker core. So your linebacker core, again, one of your outside linebackers is actually an edge rusher. He's not a linebacker in a traditional sense. He may go out into coverage, but his priority is to attack the fucking quarterback or destroy the running back if he's trying to come out wide. You kill somebody. You just murder someone on the field. Okay? But we will have Tay Crowder as our – shut the fuck up, Max. You do know. So you're gonna have Tay Crowder as essentially the quarterback of this defense, but not really because Xavier McKinney is the one with the green dot. But we always call the middle linebacker the quarterback. Okay, that's just the way it goes in a traditional sense. So like for me, I see it and I'm like, damn, Tay Crowder's the quarterback, but he's kind of not. And I'm pretty sure that they're not relying on Tay Crowder to be the brain to the defense. Especially with Xavier having a green dot. Anyway, and then you see Will is like your weak side linebacker. Okay, so whatever is the offside of the handedness of the quarterback typically is considered a weak side, right? You want to put the strong side on the quarterback's strong side. So you'll have your weak side, and your weak side guy is typically he's playing kind of like a soft coverage most times. Maybe he's playing, one-on-one if the running back leaks out the backfield, and the running back's his responsibility. But a lot of times that guy, he's either blitzing or he's just sitting in a little area and waiting to react. So that's kind of what this defense is going to look like to an extent. There are parts of this that are absolutely fucking wrong, right? Because this is Wink Martindale scheme and not Pest the Analyst scheme. But this is me speculating on some of the things they may be thinking about and why these players are in these positions that they are in on this depth chart. So there you go. There's a little spiel for y'all, a little Coach Pest. Sir. Yeah, a little Coach Pest moment for you.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, whatever.
And from looking at the depth chart too, guys, when you look at it, I know traditionally a lot of times, especially, and I hate to use it, but when you guys play, Madden, right? You come out in a 3-4, you're going to see 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, your 2 corners, and your safeties. I think that primarily this will be a semi like 3-4 nickel package where we'll have 3 corners on the field. We're going to have 2 safeties. You'll have your 2 middle linebackers, and then your defensive ends will be Azeez, KT, and you'll have your 2 guys with their hands in the dirt. And that is going to be Leonard Williams, and that will be Dexter Lawrence. So it's going to be that's primarily where you're going to see. I think that's going to be our base formation right there. For more than likely, I'm sure when we go to a traditional 3-4, Justin Ellis will come in and be probably the center guy or one of the other defensive ends. If they, take a corner off the roster or off the field, and just go with two corners. So, but primarily, I think we're going to see this 3-4 nickel hybrid that they're running, because this is exactly what they ran in Baltimore.
Most defenses that
have three corners on the field.
I was going to say, most defenses, their base now is nickel because of the way the game has changed, and it's because it's more of a passing league.
Yeah,
you're going to have more wide receivers out there. So your base is typically going to be nickel, depending upon the personnel. And keep in mind that there is a person that sits in the skybox that literally counts the enemy's heads and then tells the coach how many players are coming out of who's there and who's there. So it's going to depend on what the player matchup looks like, but you're going to expect to see more base nickel than you're going to see 3-4, base 3-4, base 4-3. It's just not going to happen. Who's starting at left guard, Max? Did you not hear? Did you not hear us?
Great. So that's actually going to go into our next thing here.
Yeah.
Starting left guard has been named Ben Bredesen, has been named the starting left guard. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes down to, I say his name all the time, but I'm forgetting our offensive line coach, his name. I'm drawing a blank. Bobby Johnson.
OG Bobby Johnson. What you mean?
OG, my bad. I forgot his name. I had a brain fart for a second.
OG Bobby Johnson.
If he's a starting left guard, Bobby Johnson has probably seen something in him that he spoke with Kafka, he spoke with Daves, and decided, and that's where they made the decision. More than likely, it would have been Shane Lemieux had he had not been hurt. We speculate more than likely it would have been. I still think this is Joshua Ezekiel's position to win. And he's going to have to prove that he's going to be able to do that. He struggled a little bit in the preseason.
Yeah.
I still have some hope for him. But obviously Ben Bredesen, they feel, is the best man up to go, barring the fact that, who knows, there could be a guy that gets released. Maybe they decide to sign somebody, in the off season, or not in the off season. During the season, who knows? But I think this is going to be the guy. But I'm not too concerned. Ben Bredesen, he played a good amount last year, had a good rotation. Weren't very pleased with our offensive line coach last year, but Bobby Johnson is one of the OGs. He's one of the best. I think that he could probably maybe get something good out of Ben Bredesen. And it has to be enticing, right? Ben Bredesen, he's like what, 6'7", 315 pounds or something like that. He's a big dude.
Something ridiculous and stupid.
Something crazy ridiculous.
Yeah.
So having that big dude next to Andrew Thomas, if he could stay healthy and he could stay secured, I think will help him having a better center, a more competent center. With Gates not being put on IR, do you think he returns this year? It's possible. Maybe towards like the end of the year, but if anything, I really think it depends. If we're struggling on the offensive line, then I could see them moving him over to guard. I don't think he'll be center. Can
I just say something about Nick Gates, y'all?
Sure.
I love Nick Gates. I really do. He was what I wanted out of an offensive lineman. And when he got hurt, it was just terrible. It was fucking awful, man, because I love him. I love him as a player.
Love the intensity he brought to on the field.
But I think Nick Gates might be done as a New York Giant, y'all. I think Nick Gates is here because he's not healthy.
Well, how old is Nick Gates?
I don't know. He's not old. He's still in this? He's like mid-20s, but I think he's still
kept Slayton. They would keep him, no? Going into the next offseason, I don't think he's going to play. But if they kept Slayton and they reworked Shepard, and
that's because
he wants to be a Giant.
They kept Slayton for $5, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, Slayton wanted to be a Giant. He could have been like, nah, let me go somewhere, somewhere else. Slayton's not even the start. Not Slayton. Shepard's not even the starter right now. He's the like, what I'm saying? He's not even though he was hurt, like what? KT and Aziz are maybe hurt. They may not play, but they're listed as starters. They're not even the starters going into, like, Shepard's not even a starter. So, and neither is Slayton. But I'm saying, like, they wanted to be here, so they reworked themselves. Yeah, I think if Gates wants to be here, make me an offer that works for you and works for me.
Well, he'll be here. Well, you realize Shep is the number 3 wide receiver on this team.
Yeah, but I know, but he's not. He was a starter last year. He was a starter year before. He's not a starter, is what I'm saying. Like, it would, like, you would think that somebody like that, like, I would think that he would be starting over Wandale.
No, he lost his fucking job to Wan'Dale Robinson because Wan'Dale Robinson can play 6 different fucking positions at the same time. It was no shit Wan'Dale Robinson was going to be the slot guy. As soon as we picked him up, it was like, oh, that's a slot guy.
Like, I get Shep as hurt, but I thought I would have seen Shep as the starter, Wan'Dale as the backup playing in the depth chart, because obviously Shep's not playing, and then he would have earned that starting spot, because I do think he's a better player, or not a better player, but what I'm saying, like, he's younger and he has a higher upside now than an aging Shepard. But I mean, Shep right now is basically just a coach. A player's coach.
Well, yeah. Okay. First of all, what really makes you think that that a still banged up, mostly healed up Shep would beat a fresh young pair of Wan'Dale Robinson rookie ass legs? Like, what made you think he had a shot?
I mean, listen, you never know. People can come in when they get injuries. Not everybody, but sometimes when people get injuries, man, they cut weight, they change up their diet. They know they're getting a little bit older. I mean, look, I'm not trying to compare anybody to him, but if Tom Brady can last as long as he's lasted as a quarterback, like, you could change up your diet. You could do all this, like, all of this stuff to play a long time.
Tom Brady sold his soul to the devil. He's the next Ghost Rider. What do you mean? That motherfucker.
Hey, listen, Jerry Rice played 20 years as a wide receiver, and that was when medicine, rehabbing, all of that stuff. Like, we weren't, from a science perspective and a muscle rejuvenating perspective. All these doctors weren't even close to where we are now, and he played for 20 years. I'm not saying Shep's going to play for 20 years, but I'm saying, like, a wide receiver getting older, if they changed up their diet, they took care of their body, they did the right things, they could probably play for 25 years.
Yeah, man, but Jerry Rice ran up a mountain every fucking day, bro. Like every fucking day, this man ran up a mountain, not like a quick short run up the hill. He ran up a fucking mountain. There were NFL players that were in good ass shape that went running with him up that mountain and was at the top like, that motherfucker ran up a mountain every day. He wasn't fucking normal neither. Okay? No, don't tell me about these superpower motherfuckers and then talk to me about a Sterling Shepard. Nah, man. I love Shep.
I mean, I agree with Max. If he's done, he's not a Giant, then why not? Why didn't they put him on IR?
Because
here's the thing. They could still put him on IR.
They could still fucking cut him. Maybe they didn't
put him on IR because they wanted to put Lemieux and Ellerson Smith, and who was the other guy that they put? Rodarius Williams. I don't think Rodarius is coming back this year. I think he's done for the year. But Shane Lemieux could potentially come back, and Ellerson Smith could potentially come back. They're IR designated to return. So maybe when one of those spots frees up, then they would put Nick Gates on IR. Maybe by putting Nick Gates on IR now, they wouldn't, like, those guys would have had to been on the active roster or on the practice squad, and they may have had to cut them if they couldn't have them on the active roster if they were injured. So to avoid that, they kept Nick Gates on the active roster, didn't put him on the depth chart, he's on the pup, so he can't even play for 4 more weeks. By then, his foot could be healed, and they could be like, "You're out of here, Gates." I'm not advocating for this. I'm just saying that this is a possibility. This is a possibility that Gates is done here. But he's here because he's still healing, and the Giants are doing right by him because they're a first-class organization sometimes, as long as it doesn't deal with hiring black coaches. But I digress, okay? They're taking
I had to take the shot, Rob. I had to take the shot. But I'm saying, like, the Giants and Class Act is a fucking first-class organization, okay? It wouldn't surprise me that they said, okay, we need to keep him on a roster, put his ass on the pup, he comes back off of the pup, and we'll IR him or we'll fucking cut him. I don't know. Like, I'm fairly certain they're doing right by Nick Gates. God dang. Why are you shutting it? Open the thing. Open the thing. I'm just saying.
I got you. I'm
just saying. I think he's done.
I don't think so. I think he'll be back.
Done.
I think he'll be back. All right. So KT and Aziz, let's talk about that. Right. So press conference, Brian Daboll was asked about Aziz and KT. And the answer he gave really didn't justify, hey, they're not going to play, or hey, they're playing. It was more the gist that I got from the response was like, I know something I ain't telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just the vibe that I got from the response. So I think there is no word on these guys yet. I think these guys will be up to the final hour decision on whether they're going to be playing or not.
Oh, yeah.
And if I had to guess, put on your 5 jerseys, get your 51s out. You will see Aziz and KT on the field Sunday afternoon.
You're smoking all of the fucking crack and some of the meth. What the fuck do you mean they're playing? Neither one. Listen, look at me. Everyone I can see, my fucking squinty eyes from the goddamn light that's in my face. Listen to me. These two are not playing, okay? They're not fucking playing. It's going to be down to the wire. It's gonna be down to the wire.
Listen, you guys don't listen to this.
It's gonna be down to the wire.
They gonna be on the field.
They're not.
They're gonna be on the field. They're gonna be playing.
Not playing. They will not
be playing.
They will not touch the field, and they shouldn't.
They're gonna be playing,
and they shouldn't. I want them to be all the way healthy. It's week 1. I understand we got a shiny new toy and another shiny new toy, and we want to play with them together. But I'm telling you right now, these two are not playing.
They're gonna be
Don't count on it.
They're playing.
Don't bet on it.
They're playing.
They're not playing.
They're playing.
They're not playing. They're not going to play.
But all right, so let me ask you this then. Let's play devil's advocate both ways, right? How do you think the defense performs with KT and Aziz on the field, and how do you think that affects the Titans? And if they're not on the field, do you think that it affects the Titans offense in a positive way or not so much? Like, are you that confident, like in the Titans offense, that if they're not on the field, like Titans are going crazy, or if they are on the field, we can keep the Titans in check? Because nothing about the Titans offense other than Derrick Henry concerns me, other than King Henry. And to be real, Aziz and KT, they're not in the middle. They're not in the middle of the line. It's going to be, Tay, who's probably going to get, he didn't get a welcome to the NFL last year. He definitely going to get it this year, going up against Derrick Henry. You have Calitro, and then you got Leonard, and you got Lawrence. So how does them being on the field or off the field affect the tempo of this game in the trenches?
Okay, this is what I'm going to say, okay? Without these two players, okay? Without these two players, this defense is shitty. With these two players, this defense is not as shitty. And I'm only speaking in terms of week 1, okay? Because this is the first game of the first regime. All new playbooks, all new everything. Brand new, all the way, okay? That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
And you expect them to come out here and look well-oiled regardless of who's on the field? They're not going to be. You've got a well-oiled machine that is Tennessee right now. Most of those players know the playbook. Most of those players have chemistry. Most of those players have played together. Most of those players know each other for multiple fucking years. And we've got a mishmash of some new and some old motherfuckers running a completely new scheme for the first time ever. And y'all just
do you think most of those players know each other?
I mean, yes, those players know each other, but this isn't a well-oiled machine like the Tennessee Titans are a fucking well-oiled machine. This is brand new, bro. Like let's not pretend that you know it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee that this is the next greatest coaching staff on the history of the planet. Like let's not pretend that's what's going to happen here. We don't fucking know. So it's not like they're going to come out and be 100% crisp at everything they do. They'll be crisp at the shit that they practice because they're gonna practice their game plan. They're gonna practice, you know, their first. Well, the defense is not necessarily practicing scripted. Actually, no. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the defense just did have their first fucking 10 plays scripted like the offense.
Well, let me ask you this:
set the tempo.
Obviously, new offense, new defense, right? It's going to take some time to, you know, to find a groove. Who finds their groove first in Sunday's game, offense or defense?
Fuck. Oh, that's so difficult. I'm going to say offense. I'm going to say that I think offense gets clicking before defense gets clicking. I'm even willing to say this. As a team, not just in this game, who gets clicking first, but just as a team overall, consistently clicking, I think the offense will do it before this defense will do it.
So you have more confidence in the offense than the defense right now.
I have more confidence in the ability of the offense to get to a quicker start than what our defense is. Like I don't look at I'm sorry, I don't look at our defense and say, God damn, that's a scary motherfucking defense. Like, I don't. I'm sorry. There's some great fucking names on here. Our trenches on defense are nasty when they're all healthy, right? Please don't think that I'm shitting on our defense because I'm not. I'm not shitting on our defense. But what I am saying is this: like, when I look at this defense, this front seven is going to have to be really, really fucking good because the back half of this defense is a liability. The only people that I really trust right now are Julian Love and Xavier McKinney. I don't trust anybody else in any other DB on this fucking team right now. Not fucking one. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, man, our line gonna have to be ungodly. We're gonna have to be in the quarterback's face all game long because these motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to cover nobody for more than 2-3 seconds. That ain't gonna fucking happen.
I want to say this to you guys because I was just sitting here thinking about this, and I want you guys to let this sink in. Football season's here. Like, it is here. Like, tomorrow is the kickoff. We got Bills and we got Rams. Football is back. It's just so nice to be able to talk about this when we know we've got an upcoming game. And there's going to be so much content that is going to be able to be talked about on a week-to-week basis. Videos, podcasts. You know, it's going to be nice to talk about an actual game and what we liked, what we didn't like, as opposed to expectations. Because that's really what it's been for us as content creators, expectations and what we think. So Max has a question here. Says, here's a question for Coach Pest and Coach Rob. As a New York Giants head coach against Tennessee, would you rather get the ball first or at the second half? I would defer. I would let the defense set the tone.
Fuck. Okay. It's always the best strategy to defer. It's always the best strategy to get the ball on second half. Always, right? Because you always get that opportunity to double dip. Everybody loved that double dip, whether it's real life, baby, whether it's Madden, whether it's chips and dip, or whether it's dipping your. Never mind. Everybody loves a double dip, okay? Is all I'm trying to say here. So the fact of the matter is that it is always best practice to defer. However,
shut the fuck up, Artem.
How do I feel about my offense? And do I want the offense to go out there and set the tone? Do I want my Giants, they defense, you know what I'm saying? People are not talking super big crazy talk about the defense. They talking super big crazy talk about the offense. And if you think you got a good ass offense that you can run against this team, then give me that motherfucking ball and let me show you how it's done. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm the head coach and I feel confident that I got some shit cooked up that's about to kick this team's ass, which is not going to, but I got some shit cooked up that's going to kick this team's ass for my first 10 plays in this motherfucker, then I want the ball first.
See, here's my thinking process with this, right? Say they take the ball first. They go down there and they score. Okay? Completely throw Tennessee like, wow, what the fuck? Right? And then they get that ball and Derrick Henry just runs that ball right down the field and embarrasses that defense. Really, you're not gaining any type of leverage. Right? You're not. You're not getting it. So this is my thought process on it. Everybody thinks, nobody has any expectations about our offense. Nobody has any expectations about the Giants to do anything this year. Nobody thinks the Giants are going to win this year. Everybody thinks that Derrick Henry is going to abuse the Giants. Send that fucking defense out there and let them stuff him and make them punt and take that win and say, no, we're here to fucking play, motherfucker. We're here to fucking play. And then you get that ball and then you put a fucking stake in it and you fucking go down and you score a touchdown and you show them what you got cooking offensively and say, yep, we're going to stop you and you ain't going to be able to stop us because we got some shit cooking. Because there's one thing you go down there and you cook and you're sa, and you get into that end zone. And then you fucking just let them just come back and score. And when you go on defense and you just fuck it up, that's how you lose momentum. But then you go out there and you play that defense and you get out there and you make a stop. That's going to get your offense hype. You go out there and like you said, I got more confidence in the offense to get going than the defense. You stop them on defense. You send that offense out there. I say first touchdown for the Giants, Wan'Dale Robinson on a 30-yard touchdown pass to Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale scoring the Giants' first touchdown. Imagine he scores a touchdown before Kadarius Toney has. Imagine Wan'Dale Robinson scoring a touchdown. He go up to KT go up to me. Wan'Dale, what was that like? Was it good?
So I don't think that's how we're going to get our first score personally, but
how do you see the first score going?
The first score, it's going to be a run. It's going to be a run from like the 4-yard line. And he'll bulldoze his way in, and everybody will be like, "Saquon's back." That's what everybody's going to say. That's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen. Here's the thing. In both of our scenarios of this coin toss thing, right? We are assuming that our side of the ball, which is very weird because I'm picking the offense, you're picking the defense. But in our scenarios, our side of the ball goes and gets the job done. And in either scenario, whether it's the defense getting the stop and the offense scoring, or the offense scoring and the defense getting the stop, we're getting the momentum. On the opposite end, if they run the ball down our throats, or just right off the bat, they get the ball first, they run the ball down our throats, that's going to feel fucking terrible. That's going to feel terrible for all of us in Giants land. And that's why it's like, maybe we should put the offense out there first. See if maybe we can score some points, right? If we can get out there, we can score some points. We set the tone.
Max says you don't trust Adoree Jackson?
No, I don't trust. No, not as a number one corner. No, I don't trust him. I'm sorry, but I don't trust him. If he gives me a reason to trust him, I will. As it stands right now, there is no one on this team that all the way has my trust. There are players on this team that have my trust that they are good players, but don't nobody got my trust yet because I don't even know what these assholes about to do this weekend. I can't even tell you what kind of scheme they're going to run. I can't tell you what they're going to do on defense. I don't know what these motherfuckers is thinking. I don't know how they like to use players. I can't tell y'all shit. This is the reason why I have been quiet all offseason, all through training camp, all through preseason, except on Wednesday nights. I haven't been cutting fucking videos because I don't know what to tell you because I don't know shit. I have no idea what this team's going to do because I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in the coach's room. I'm not on the field. I don't know. But listen, but if it's me, I'm gonna put that offense out there and see if they can get something done. Please go get something done, offense. Please.
Danny Thomas with a question here says, as a Giants fan, would you sign Devonta Hightower and Sheldon Richardson? No, because we ain't got no fucking money. Now, there was a rumor, fake rumor, whatnot, that they were in talks with Buffalo about Jordan Poyer and all this other stuff and whatnot. Bleacher Reports, had reported it or whatever that, whatnot. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. Don't think that's going to be out, but we don't got no money. I think we got like 7 or 8 million in available cap space right now, somewhere around there.
I think it's actually more than that because of the moves that were made today. The contract restructure, the contract restructure for Big Cat and the pay cut that Darius Slayton took. I believe it opened up like Big 12. Cat. Yeah, that's Leonard Williams. He restructured the contract.
Yeah,
he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid $32 million next year. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they're going to get out of this shit, but we're going to figure it out. They're going to restructure that shit again and push that money into a void year. That's the only thing they're going to be able to fucking do. Man, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's anybody. I'm because I'm thinking about Danny's question now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody on the open market that's worth signing that would be willing to take close to league minimum money. Because we can't, even though we opened up this money with these moves, right? I can't really think of anyone I can't think of anyone that's worth a damn that's going to be like, oh yeah, I'll come play for the bunk ass Giants on a fucking low ass deal.
Probably not. I don't even know what position they. I mean, you bring up some good names, like Hightower, interior lineman or interior linebacker. I wouldn't say like that's kind of stupid. Like, why would they go and get him? Because he doesn't fit this scheme. And neither did Blake Martinez. That's why they got rid of him.
That's why he's going.
People could say all of them, why restructuring? Well, because at the time they needed to. Like at the time they needed to free up money. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't want to just cut him. And he was injured. They wanted him to be able to rehab, and he was a vocal leader in the locker room. So
and he got to put shit on tape. In the preseason, he gonna get picked up. Don't worry about him.
Yeah,
he gonna get picked up.
Yeah, they people could say what they wanted to say left and right, but Blake Martinez did not fit this defense. When you look at Baltimore, right? You got Queen that was there. Queen can do everything. He runs sideline to sideline. He can get in coverage. He can fill a hole. He could do everything. Tate Crowder's the same way. Tate Crowder can fill a hole. He can go sideline to sideline. He's in coverage. Darian Beavers, when you look at what he's able to do, he can fill a hole. He can go sideline to sideline. When you look at his college film, because we don't got a lot of preseason tape, he can fill a hole. He can cover. He can go sideline to sideline. That's what they wanted to. And Micah McFadden is the same exact way as well. He's a hole filler, but he's also a will linebacker. He's not the starting middle linebacker, so he can fill a hole. He can probably get in coverage a little bit, but that will linebacker is your hole filler. And they weren't going to probably pay that kind of money for a will linebacker, because I make no mistake about it. I think honestly, if Beeves didn't get hurt, Beeves was this.
You mean Mike? You're saying you mean Mike linebacker?
Well, no, I'm saying like Blake would have been like they're not going to.
Blake would have been a will. Blake would have been a will linebacker. But he's not even. Blake's not even good at that. At being a will. Blake's good at being a Mike and running downhill and making tackles. Like that's what he's good at.
And in a scheme that we played, like where he could sit in soft coverage a little bit and utilize him, I think personally you could probably take a look at Oakland. Potentially, you got Patrick Graham there. They might be able to bring him in.
He's going to Oakland. The system. He's going to Oakland. Don't trip. He's going to Oakland.
So I would look at Oakland bringing him in and giving him a go. Maybe even potentially going back to Green Bay. Who knows?
True,
but you're not going to get rid of Blake and then because he don't fit, and then go and get Hightower because he don't fit either. Richardson, I know we bring in a lot of jet guys. Maybe Leonard Williams says, "Yo, we could use this dude." Maybe if we get an injury and they bring him in, maybe he might have something to tank. He played with Leonard, but I don't think so either. So no. We're just over the hour. We're gonna end this with our week 1 predictions.
Before we do that, just for some transparency, and shout out to everybody behind the scenes who we talk to, who we engage with, who we try to plan with and prepare with. Hey, sometimes things just don't line up. And that's what happened. But we got a lot of season and we got a lot of time to sit down with these individuals that we've reached out to. But listen, we don't tell you guys who our guests are for a reason, because we understand that real life comes before all this shit. Okay, and if you're doing real life shit, then you ain't and you can't be here. It's cool, right? We ain't tripping. So listen, that's what it was. We were supposed to have a guest. It wasn't able to happen tonight. It's not a big deal. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's nothing bad. It's just scheduling conflict. We reschedule, we make it happen. You'll find out who it is when it happens. Okay. So we're always going to keep our guests a secret until they're
show up on the screen,
until they're in this mofo and the red light is on. Okay. So I just want to address that. Now, let's go ahead and end this bad boy off with our, I guess your predictions. So, Go ahead.
Right ahead. You
want me to go first? Okay, I'll go first.
I went first last year. Yeah, you're gonna go first this year.
Okay, so what am I predicting? Just
week 1 prediction.
Just week 1
prediction. Score and winner.
Okay, I'm not going to give you a score. You should know this by now. You're not going to get a score from me. I'm going to say that the Tennessee Titans win by 6. I don't know what the score is, but I'm going to say that the Tennessee Titans win by 6. I think the Giants will come out very, very hot, very, very excited on an absolute high. And for about 2 quarters, they'll go out there and they'll play. They'll play. But then in that second half, King Henry gonna eat your ass up. And y'all gonna be too tired to deal with that motherfucker. I'm just keeping it funky. Like King Henry gonna eat your ass up that second half. Oh, that fourth quarter. He gonna be eating your asses up. Listen, let's just keep it funky. I hope nothing bad happens to King Henry. I hope he does not get hurt. I hope he gets a full season to just be a fucking monster. I love watching this man play football. I'm so excited to see him. It's unfortunate that he's playing against my Giants, and so I got to root against him and his prosperity on that day. But it is what it is because I don't give a shit. But I still think that the Tennessee Titans are going to win. King Henry's going to eat. But I do think that the Giants will look good in spurts. I think that there will be a lot of things that we will talk about and say, this player, I like that player. I like the way this player looks. I like the way that player looks. I like this. I like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. Some of y'all going to be saying that we suck again and it's terrible because we're starting 0-1 again. But it's just what we do. We should be fucking used to us starting 0-1. Like it's part of the fucking game, y'all. The Giants start 0-1. Sometimes they start 0-3. It's what it is. This is how we rock. We don't come out hot. We finish hot. That's just what we do. So fans going to jump out the window because we started 1-0 again. And I'm going to be back to giving people 24 hours to be angry. Because that's all you get, y'all. Don't forget. All right? Don't forget that when the shit goes down, like I'm saying it's going to go down, when it goes down, you get 24 hours to be mad, and that's it. Don't forget that shit. Because I'll be counting. This is going to be the first time I'm going to give y'all 24 hours on Sunday. I'll be giving it to y'all. So, there you go. What you got, Rob?
Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Football Giants will be going into Nashville. And they will beat the Tennessee Titans 24-10.
Wait.
24-10.
Tennessee's only going to score 10 points.
10 points.
Huh.
They're going to take Derrick Henry out of the game early. They're going to get an early 17-3 lead. They will be forced to put the ball in Ryan Tannehill's hands, and he will turn the ball over. They will score a touchdown, but it will be late in the game, and they will have the ball at the end of the game, but we would have scored a field goal to take a 24-10 lead, and they will be stopped on their final drive, and Daniel, whatever his middle name is, Jones, will come out there in victory formation and take a knee in Nashville. If you smell what RZeroB is cooking.
Yeah, I think that's it. So make sure you like and you subscribe and share this. Make sure that you're following us on all of our platforms, and we'll get with you guys later. Deuces.